We've previously discussed how it has become illegal to publicly criticize certain persons and groups who've been extremely detrimental to Black life, especially if those groups involved so-called Jews. Well, unsurprisingly, these groups have now restricted, suppressed, and withheld our educational videos from being shared with the public. It's like George Orwell's novel 1984 that described a thought police, a secret police force who find and punish anyone who thinks or speaks against their control.
The ADL is launching a new center in Silicon Valley. That's why the ADL joined Twitter's Trust and Safety Council. That's why the ADL is collaborating with Google on a project to use artificial intelligence to neutralize harassment before it happens.
These thought police aren't limited to a fictional novel, because America is founded upon the practice of patrolling the thoughts and words of Black people for the specific purpose of keeping them contained and subjected to white authority. This is why American slavery prohibited Blacks from reading and writing, to prohibit us from thinking in a way that would make us truly independent from them and to keep us from challenging our tormentors. These same principles are being applied today, even during this information age, as all the major internet and social media platforms are placing harsher barriers on factual information because it offends certain so-called Jewish groups. These online platforms have been working with groups like the Anti-Defamation League and the Southern Poverty Law Center, who have a documented history of racism against Blacks and Muslims. So it's no secret that their online hate policies have targeted the Nation of Islam and Black revolutionary movements by placing algorithmic restrictions on posts or users that they call Black identity extremists. They've shielded their unjust, racist, and Islamophobic policies under the nice-sounding guise of combating terrorism and stopping online hate and anti-Semitism. Oh, and it gets worse. Representative Ted Deutsch introduced a bill in Congress to enforce what they call anti-discrimination laws against whoever they consider anti-Semitic. So basically, you can either submit to their control or go to jail.
But the Jews know that they're guilty. So in order to stifle any criticism against themselves, anybody that would criticize them, they paint them with the broad stroke. He's anti-Semitic. Then they push it through. You know the kind of control they got when the president would rebuke me.
It doesn't matter if your online posts offer highly educational, fact-driven content that improves the lives of Black people. The thought police's anti-Black opinions take precedence over valuable facts. So these biased groups literally dictate the exposure of content in social media. Yet they'll charge us with being anti-Semitic for acknowledging what they do. Think with me now. They'll remove and suppress educational content from those who enlighten Black people, claiming it's offensive, but they'll promote music and videos that denigrate Black women and Black families. That'll go viral. What have the ADL and the Southern Poverty Law Center done about this? Nothing. Nothing but suppress the voices of those who try to uplift our people.
See, nobody talks to Jews like Jews should be talked to. Everybody's afraid because the moment you say anything critical, you become anti-Semitic, so you run under the bush and shut your mouth. But Farrakhan ain't that kind of man.
And since they're too cowardly to challenge or publicly debate us concerning what we say, they use their leveraging power to shut down sites and pages and posts from those who expose their wickedness. Farrakhan's ministry has a long, unprecedented history of reforming dope dealers, dope users, and gangbangers to clean up their lives to become the leaders of peace in our community. But the thought police punishes those who listen to Farrakhan to clean up their lives.
They actually said that in my sentencing transcripts, that the reason why they was giving me the max time was because I was taking Crips to meet Minister Farrakhan. And that was one of my aggravating least amount of time. One of the aggravating circumstances submitted by the district attorney and the FBI who was following us at the time was that I was taking gang members to meet Minister Farrakhan and introducing them to Islam.
Which isn't illegal.
But it was to them.
Reminds me of how the Jewish leaders hated Jesus, not because of any wrongdoing, but because he reformed and delivered the people from their satanic grip. This practice has been going on for decades. The same slave patrol-like groups, including the ADL, who've led the FBI to attack progressive black movements, are the same thought police leading the restrictions against Minister Farrakhan and our online content. They've unverified Minister Farrakhan's Twitter account. They've restricted our videos. They've limited our post exposure. While they work to silence the voice of truth, let's do our part to utilize our platforms and spread black love and black unity.